So if you've been following our story, you know that we're here at Heidi and Spencer's apartment for MTV's The Hills. This is where we have a Jellyquarium, and we were supposed to remove the system today. But at the last minute, Holly, that would be Heidi's sister, contacted us and asked if we would set the system back up for her. We've carried 40 gallons of water upstairs as well as the equipment to get the system running, and we're just about ready to put Jellyfish into the tank when Holly received a telephone call from the producer. Turns out the property manager won't let us set the tank back up again. Well, shit, that's a real disappointment after all that work. But what are you going to do? Get mad? Doesn't do any good. So let's go ahead and start breaking down the system and get that cabinet removed from the apartment and get the hell out of here. So with much disappointment, we've drained the Jellyquarium, removed the equipment from it, hauled it and the cabinet back downstairs. We've now got it loaded up in the van and ready to take it away for its final trip away from MTV's The Hills.
Well, turns out that was kind of a waste of time. The property manager, who apparently lives across the street, when we originally set up the tank, had a little bit of an issue with the tank, but there was nothing that came from it. Today, I guess he saw me carrying the water up there and decided he did have a problem with it. And he in turn called the one of the producers, who in turn called
Holly
Heidi and said, "You can't put the aquarium up." Sad part is, I had all the water in it. Had the system all cleaned up, was addressing a small little drip, and was ready to put the jellyfish in there. So it was kind of 5 hours of my time today that was all for naught. I had an hour and a half into getting ready, an hour driving here, about 3 hours setting up the tank, and of course another hour taking it down. I mean, that's a good 6 hours of my time. That was for nothing. So I gave her a bill. She disappeared after that. I think the moral of the story here is, when approached by someone who is living in an apartment or a condominium, you need to have them confirm first if this is okay with property management. I've run into this before. Years ago, there was an attorney that moved from one skyscraper to another skyscraper, and the new skyscraper property manager wouldn't let us put the tank in. So for any future service guys or anybody who wants to put an aquarium up in their condominium or their apartment, I think it would behoove you to check with the property manager to make sure that that's okay, that you don't end up spending a bunch of money and wasting a bunch of time. You know, in this particular situation, I'm certainly not upset at Holly. She didn't know what was going on. Kind of irritated with the property manager with his flip-flop policies, but who knows? I have to admit, my biggest frustration is this tank's been on the set for about 3 seasons now. All that time and effort in promoting it, and the end result is, apparently, everybody walks away with a bad taste in their mouth. Myself and the actors, and that really was not the plan. Certainly never what we were trying to do. We were trying to generate some interest and sales, but I fear that is not going to happen. Anyhow, so that's part of the good and the bad of aquarium business, and that's what LA Fishguys is all about, is aquarium reality.
And so you just keep moving forward.
So we're going to hustle today and try to get back, and we've got 4 aquarium services to do, and it's almost 2 o'clock, and it's going to take me at least a half hour to get to the first one, so I've got to really hustle the rest of the day to get caught up.